So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey everybody, it's Hobo Hong Kong. Happy Chinese New Year. Happy Year of the Rabbit.
Rear of the rabbit.
Rear of the Rabbit. My name, I'm just doing like a full-on Indian racist accent. Happy Year of the Rabbit, my friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I hope you like the hair and the tortoise. The hair likes the carrots.
Okay, you might think that because it's holiday, I've been drinking for a while, and you might be right.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Drinking
the
has
weird
been happening.
intro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, the drinking has been a very mild drink. So, you know, half of the mixing up of the words, the mixing up of the words.
Okay, we're both okay. Let's just cut clean.
Yeah.
We've both been drinking.
Yeah, we've both been drinking for the rare occasion. So congratulations to our friends on the podcast. This is the first time you're hearing both of us slurring our words. Oddly enough, though, we're slurring our words, but you're still understanding us.
Yeah,
which
I mean,
says
hopefully.
something. Which says something.
No, you're assuming they're understanding us. You don't know that.
That's very true. That's very true. But I mean, like, but if they didn't understand us by now, they put a rewind or a stop button, you know, something like that.
I actually recommend to go 2x.
Yeah.
My buddy Kareem listens to the podcast on 2x.
Yeah.
And he says we sound great.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So when I listen to my podcast, I do it at 1.2x, right?
Right.
Because I find that 2x is good. I get it, but like after your brain hasn't digested everything, we talk pretty fast.
Yeah, we do.
So 2x
That's
is
what he
pretty
says.
badass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Clearly your friend is not paying attention. That's definitely
He likes
happening,
to think his brain works faster than most people, which is not true.
That's fine.
But,
That's okay. I mean, you whatever makes him sleep well, you know, we'll do that. But anyway, so
shout out to Kareem. He is diving in Hurghada in Egypt and having a great time.
Good for you.
By the way, we haven't even. Yeah, we're starting off pretty strong. I'm Mohammed Magdi. You can find me at the other Mohammed on Instagram. Who are you?
I am Vivek Mabubani. Find me at Funny Vivek anywhere on the internet except for YouTube. Yeah. YouTube, you gotta type my whole name, Vivek Mabubani, or Funny Vivek with the letter M.
Right.
Yeah, it never worked out. Then again, I also did contact them.
I thought that was the Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So, no, Facebook I sorted out.
Yeah.
Way back, we sorted out. But
Yeah,
remember,
yeah.
So just to recap, if you don't remember, I wanted the Funny Vivek username
that's
on
right.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I had Funny Vivek letter M.
Sure.
There's this one guy with Funny Vivek, and I contacted him, and he responded. I'm like, I've got this guy.
Right.
And I gave a nice long instructional email with screenshots, everything of what to do to transfer the account to me. Because he was like, no problem, you take it.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do it. Eventually, he just deleted the account. And what Facebook does, they have this limbo phase of like, I don't know, 60 days or whatever.
Right.
And
in case he wants to restore it
yeah,
or whatever.
that, you know, and then so finally every single day, every morning on my to-do list, first thing I do before I even brush my teeth, I'm like, there's a username available.
Yeah.
And I finally got it. Then me, the completionist, was like, dude, I collect them all. So, you know, I got to have them all. I've got my LinkedIn, I got my Instagram, I got my Facebook, now I need my YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And so YouTube, there's a guy called Funny Vivek. Since 2007, put one video on there, never did anything.
Let's look it up. Did
That's
we
why I
do that before?
Yeah, we did. We can't contact them. There's no contact button. So I actually tried to reach out to YouTube or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, you have to have like a monthly viewing. You have to like 10,000 people, subscribers, and you have a monthly following of 1,000, whatever. Then we'll listen to you. I'm like, you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll let it go, you know.
But when we type Funny Vivek, that's still your videos because you're the Funny Vivek, right?
I am the Funny Vivek, yeah. So if youtube.com/Funny Vivek, it's another dude. So
but there is a third. So actually, I don't know if you find out. If you just type Funny Vivek, what comes out, the first few videos, the first two is actually from a channel called Funny Vivek Team.
Oh, damn.
And I don't think that's related to you.
No, that's definitely not related to me.
That's not Tim Chen.
Oh,
that's not your girlfriend running
exactly,
the channel.
exactly. Yeah, my fan club. No.
Your fan club.
Okay, so I came third over here. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys got like 10K views after 2 weeks.
Yeah,
okay,
so
not bad.
okay, so who's Funny Vivek Team?
So I have no idea who they are. Not my team.
Well,
You
he posted something 2 weeks ago, and I think he's doing sketches.
Yeah, it seems like that from the video, but very well. I mean, you know what? I've come to the point I no longer judge people's quality of their sketches.
Yeah.
Because I've realized that the audience no longer cares anymore.
I mean, when you click the popular, he has a video from 3 months ago that has done 26K. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Then again, we have to be very
All right,
honest.
free plug to Funny Vivek Team.
Yay, go check them out. Subscribe to them. You know, support them. Maybe support me if you want, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, though? I've come to a point that part of me is like making this as an excuse.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, well, it is very true. Okay, so if you're let's say an Indian YouTuber, and you have, let's say, 10,000 subscribers, because it's in India, it's nothing.
Right.
Because it's not really fair. It's so easy to
like
get.
probably just your extended family.
Exactly. It's just your city. No big deal. But like in Hong Kong, getting 10,000, like, whoa, this is a big deal, kind of a deal. So it's a really weird way to calculate. I'm like, but then at the end of the day, I should not be limited to Hong Kong just because I'm in Hong Kong. You know? So after that point, I'm like, you know what? YouTube, they changed their algorithm too much. All this stuff. I'm like, you know, I just want to do my live shows. Fair enough. You know, all good. So who knows? One day, maybe Funny Vivek YouTube might contact me and want to sell it to me for $1 million.
Right. Yeah.
And if I am able to afford it by then.
I mean, you can afford $1 million Zimbabwean dollars now.
Exactly. Yeah. Zimbabwe, I can definitely do. You know, I can probably do like, I don't know, some other random country in Africa.
Hey,
you know?
Egypt is not a random country in Africa. You saw that. You said that and you pointed at my face.
Yeah, exactly. You know, go random country in Africa, Mr. from Africa.
Dude, it's so funny. Like, we'll get into this, but like, you guys have known that my family has been here for a few days, for a week now, over a week. And the economy in Egypt is so bad that like for them, every price. I mean, Hong Kong is expensive objectively, but the price tags, when they can't get out of the conversion phase yet,
they're losing their mind.
They're losing their minds. The other day we bought one onion from Welcome,
Market,
and it was like 10 Hong Kong dollars, kind of a standard price for a big onion. And my mom, she was like, no, just no.
She couldn't. She picked it up. She said, "How?"
Yeah. It was like system failure.
Oh,
she's like, no onion should ever cost this much.
Yeah.
She's like, I can literally buy half a farm.
Yeah.
Including the people who work on the farm for like a month for this $10 in like Upper Egypt. I'm like, all right. Sorry.
Everyone's looking at it weird, like, oh my god, she thinks the onion's cursed. It's like,
exactly. Everyone's like, look at this lady just staring at the onion, saying no.
Yeah. It's like, lady, calm down. It's no big deal. It's like, no, you cannot. This is wrong.
Seems cannot.
Yeah. Seems cannot.
Yeah. But no, man. Right. Okay, so
just to recap, let's make sure everybody's on the same page. Last time we did mention that something big is going to happen.
Right.
And so what the big news was is that your family.
Yeah, my family was consisting of first my mom and my little brother, and then later my older brother, who is now, by the time you're listening to this, is here, hopefully. But yeah, he would arrive Saturday before the weekend before we release this episode.
So just to remember,
just so you know, we're recording before that weekend.
Yeah. So just to recall, last time when we had this show recording, I was at Mo's place.
Correct.
Complimenting how pleasant it is. What a great place for one person.
Dude, if you go now with just my mom and my little brother, just even before my other brother come, you would not give me the same compliment. Let's put it this way.
I can imagine, man. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it is designed to be extremely comfortable for one person.
Yeah, it's one person and a small dog.
Yeah, once you add more, it's like, whoa, the math doesn't work out anymore.
And also my mom, to her credit, I did ask her to bring some things that we can cook together because I just can't find the ingredients here. And she has been cooking as well in such a small place and cooking for 3 people. It's just like, I'm genuinely afraid of calling the helper, who is not my helper. She's like one of the lady who comes to clean every 2 weeks. And I'm genuinely afraid of calling her to come because I think she might just quit.
Yeah.
Like, she might just go back to her country.
Yeah, just give up.
Yeah.
She was like, oh.
She's like, no, you guys are farm animals. This is not okay.
Exactly.
No human should live like this.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, hold on. This is not the hourly rate we agreed on. Not with this.
Yes, you just add 2 zeros.
Yeah, exactly. Are you mad?
Yeah.
You know, I can't get this done in like 4 hours.
She'll just call immigration on both of us.
Yeah, just confess herself. Take me here. Take me away. I can't do it.
But the place is... and also the other thing is that my mom is a bit conservative, so she doesn't like the dog in the house. So the dog is actually at my other friend's place, which I'm a little annoyed by. But yeah, so the fact that they made it here is an actual miracle. And let's just backtrack a bit. So they were coming in, they're flying in on the 12th of January, which actually happens to be my mom's 60th birthday.
Hey, nice. Right? Wow, happy birthday. That's a good way to do it.
Right. When they booked it, actually, they kind of forgot about the whole birthday thing. And so anyway... Now, I'm getting ready for the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hanging out with a couple of friends. Because of time difference, they are now heading to the airport in Egypt, right? My mom, little brother. That's it. This is the image. This is just so you can imagine the scenario.
What's the mode of transport? Like over here, some people get lazy, get a go-go van and go straight to the airport. They get trained.
Well, they drive usually, but
their own car, or they get a driver.
Their own car.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they didn't leave the car at the airport because they're gone for a long time. So I think they just took like an Uber or something.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So
cool.
We have it's not just camels.
Yeah.
I know that's what you want to hear.
I wanted to clarify that. I was like, please just.
I mean, you do think that if you're catching a plane like late, like much later, if you have like 7 hours.
Yeah, you take a 7-hour camel. It would have been so cool if like basically like one of them was on the camel and the other one's holding a suitcase and just walking down.
Yeah.
And
it's like an Arabian princess who was about to like get married and she has like the caravan.
This whole, exactly. Yeah. And like this one with, yeah, one of those things.
Yeah.
And like you have this one guy fanning with the leaf. And yes, let's do this.
Princess.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
So they go to the airport. Their flight is like 7 p.m. or whatever. Time difference means it's like past midnight here. I know they're heading to the airport. I'm like, any issues, they will call me, whatever. And like, so about 20 minutes after the check-in, they call me the first time. And it's my little brother, a bit concerned. I'm like, hey, what's up? He goes, we got the boarding passes. And Egypt has departure cards. Some countries do. I'm sure you filled the departure cards before.
Yeah.
It's for whatever reason. I actually don't know why. But you fill it and you give it to immigration. So so it still stays in Egypt.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So they're filling in the departure card. This is the 11th of January in the evening of Egypt time. Their flight lands here on the 12th. It leaves Egypt on the 11th still. And he goes, so on the departure card, they have the question, when does the passport expires?
Yeah.
He goes, mine expires in whatever year, like in the next couple of years. Mom's expires on the 13th of January, 2023.
Wow.
And I go,
what
do you mean 2023?
Yeah.
Like in like 36 hours? He goes, yep. I go, and you have the boarding passes. He goes, yep. I'm like, they're not going to let her fly. That's just, there is no...
So they checked in everything. They checked the passport all the time and they gave the boarding pass. Like,
this is the first one. This is the first weird thing that happened is that I'm like, there's no way they gave you the boarding passes. Like, we have the boarding passes. I'm like, well, okay, you're about to go through immigration. They made that passport in Egypt. Like, they know where to look. They're going to see it very quickly. The best you'll get is a happy birthday for her and go back home.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the best you'll get.
Wow.
If not worse for like, committing possible fraud or something.
Yeah, like you have to have 6 months, right?
Of course. Yeah. So, and he was like, okay, so they're not as experienced travelers as I am.
There's no stereotype saying that Egyptians are bad at math as well. So
No.
I'm confused.
No.
All right, go on.
No, there isn't. No. And I'm like, okay, so I would have thought that the best course of action is to change the flights, but now that you got the boarding passes, it's too late.
Yeah. You
So
gotta
I'm like,
board it.
And I thought for a second, I'm like, I don't think it's a crime to try to just go through.
Just be ignorant. No,
Be ignorant, and then they could just send you home. That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose the flights. He wouldn't like. He can go through, but of course he's not gonna let her fly on her own.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you let her go first in case there is a problem, obviously, and then you always follow her. And then he goes, all right. And then they take way too long. I'm like freaking
At immigration.
Oh
yeah. Also, are you waiting for them to call you back?
Yeah. They hang up and they go through immigration. They took way too long. I'm freaking out at home already. It's like 2 a.m. I'm trying to I want to go to bed. And then he calls. He's like, "Hi, we're by the boarding gate." I'm like,
you're like, what?
What?
How? What?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm go. Did anyone ask her questions about the
passport?
The passport expiry? He goes, nope. I'm like, so no one even said like, hey, do you know about this? He goes, nope. No one ever brought it up.
But the numbers that they write on the passport are the normal numbers that we use, right?
Arabic and English, both.
So Arabic numbers.
Yes, Arabic numbers.
I would have thought, if anything, that was more familiar. Okay, all right.
Exactly.
Okay, so even those
Yeah, they just go through. And they're like, well, they're flying through Doha in Qatar. So, and I'm like, okay, so...
Wait, could it be one of those things where they swapped around the dates at the month and the day? And they're thinking like, oh, it's not the 13, no, but 13, right? Yeah, it's
so it literally says 13/01/2023.
So it could be like 1st of December, yeah.
You're right. Actually, they could have looked at it as 13th of October, 13/01.
Yeah, 01, yeah. I mean, or maybe someone's binary. And they're like, that's actually February.
My mom is not a robot. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. One of those.
She identifies as non-binary or identifies as actually binary.
Yeah. Or like it's one of these like new kids who are doing the intern. They're like, oh, it's 1-3. That means it's a wall kiss. What? Wall kiss with the well and another wall. I was like, oh, there's kissing of a ball. I get it. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they said also the immigration queue is not even that busy, so they're not like even in a rush to get them out. I didn't ask.
No questions, nothing.
No, nothing. It was like pretty routine.
Yeah.
I think they were actually, another reason is that they were more focused on my brother because she's about to turn 60. She's like an old woman, so they don't really, she's not a risk for anybody. Yeah. But him, on the other hand, if you serve in the Egyptian army, which he did, compulsory, but even after you serve, you're on reserve for about 10 years, which means that every time you leave the country, you get a permit. Of sorts. I think this is my theory. I didn't check, but I think they were more busy making sure that he has the right permit. And they worry about Egyptian young people going to a visa-free country like Hong Kong and then running off to like Syria and Iraq and joining ISIS and stuff like that. So I think they were more preoccupied by him. Either way, so she makes it to the boarding gate. I'm like, well, this is starting off weird.
Yeah.
I don't even think these...
I can imagine, like, okay, let's say one day they finally catch up the records and like, we're gonna see you in court, right?
Right.
And the other team's lawyer is gonna be like, so the younger brother was the decoy to get her. They're whoa, what? This is
exactly.
overthinking completely.
Yeah, completely. You're also you're overestimating our intelligence as a collective family.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because if you think we're that intelligent, we wouldn't have flown with an expired passport in the first place. Also, I wouldn't have had the shit that I've had over the last year trying to renew my passport.
Yeah.
If you guys go back to old episodes, listen to it. So anyway, so my mom gets by the gate or whatever. I'm like, okay, they're gonna fly to Qatar. I need to go to sleep, so I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning, 2 messages from them. Like had already boarded the second plane, so they were questioning a little bit, like, oh, should we give our passport to anybody and whatever in Qatar? And my older brother responding from Dubai goes, don't fucking talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Because they actually had access to the lounge. And he goes, don't go to the lounge.
Yeah, forget
it. Just don't, because they might be like, what the...
Wait, let me alert the security.
Exactly. Oh. So my brother's like, don't go to the lounge, fuck the lounge, buy food, just stop.
Yeah, no, with the risk, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's like, just go sit by the gate and like, don't talk to anybody. So I saw these messages when I woke up. So I basically woke up to them already on the second plane. I tracked it. They're on the plane to Hong Kong. Yeah. And I was obviously going to pick them up. They land about 2 p.m. So I'm at the airport at about 1:30 or something. They actually land a little earlier. So I see that the plane changed status. And then my brother starts catching Wi-Fi 15, 20 minutes after that. And he goes, hi, we're arrested. That's the first message that he goes.
Wow, that was a quick twist of a turn.
And I go, huh? He goes, they were waiting for us on the tube, like that, not at immigration.
Yeah.
When you leave the plane,
there's a long tunnel
thing.
With the travelators and all that stuff, right?
He goes, there's 6 officers. They pointed at us, and then all the officers came and surrounded us, and they were not immigration.
Wait, hold on. Everybody on that plane might have been from Egypt as well, right?
Yes. No, according to him, they knew who they were, or at least they pointed at these people.
Wow.
He was like, it's them. He's like, as if you're like a fugitive of some sort.
They must have seen a picture of the face of them.
Yeah, something must have happened.
Man.
And he goes, oh, so yeah, we're being interrogated right now. I'm like, where? He goes, just here, we're surrounded.
One little room.
And he's like, every other passenger walked past and we're just us. So I'm like, okay. And he goes, all right, I'll talk to you later. Later, about 40 minutes. Oh, yeah. So I'm standing outside the arrival hall.
Yeah.
Right? So I get the first call from private number.
Okay.
And I go, hi, I'm so-and-so from Hong Kong immigration. I'm like, okay. He goes, do you have visitors coming in? It's just trying to be sneaky. I'm like, yep, it's my mom, my little brother. They just landed. I'm actually at the airport. If you speak louder, I can probably hear you. I'm just on the other side.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, mom and little brother. So what are they going to do here? Are they staying with you? Some sort of standard, some normal questions, but also some really weird questions that I can barely answer, because he goes, what does your brother do? And I go, he works for Amazon. And he goes, what do you do? What does he do? And I almost said, I don't know, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he does something very sophisticated.
Yeah. Well, you don't know exactly.
I tell dick jokes for a living.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a dumb idiot.
You wouldn't get it. He'd probably be like, we're in the infrastructural of the architectural UI XA systems. And you're like, well.
So he actually does something really fucking cool for Amazon, because his major is Japanese. He speaks fluent Japanese, and he does risk assessment for...
Because you can't trust those Japanese, man.
Well, it's outsourced to Egypt. So it actually works for the Japanese market. But he assesses orders that might possibly coming from countries under sanctions under the US law.
See. Yeah.
So
who better to catch it than an Egyptian?
Exactly. Yeah.
I got it. Okay, so he's probably monitoring the systems and they see all the transactions. Oh, this is with the new policies.
And he had like they give him like some super cool resources to like investigate. So I think his actual title is like some sort of investigation.
Sure. Yeah, I can
officer.
imagine. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I get it. It's probably one of those semi-compliance guys, but like it's like the investigative guy, the guy who actually investigated, not the this is not allowed. It's I will check out what's going on here.
That's right.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, he's like exactly investigative compliance guy. So I went like he works for Amazon. He goes, what does he do? I'm like, he catches bad guys. He goes, excuse me, and I go, kind of like you.
Yeah.
And he liked that.
I love it, man. The immigration officer like, this guy's refreshing.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, I'm like, like you? He goes, oh, okay. And then he asked a bunch of questions about my job and where I live and, blah, blah, blah. He goes, how long are they staying here? And I said, the end of the month. He goes, that's a long time. I'm like, yeah, I think so too.
Tell them to reconsider.
Exactly. Almost telling him like, send him back. But I'm like, yeah, I agree.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
The guy, he probably at the end of the conversation, he's like, dude, you're a cool guy, man.
Yeah, you're a cool guy.
I'm happy now. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah. Or else like, just come find me outside. We'll have a coffee.
He knows everything about you anyway.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, they must know everything.
Yeah. I have given them my ID as well and everything. My family, so they can show. So after that whole thing, it took at least 40 minutes of questioning. Not me. Like on the phone call, it was about 5 minutes, and then they stayed for about 40 minutes before they came online again.
Yeah.
And my brother goes, so this one investigation is over. Apparently, these are not immigration people. We don't know what kind of officers they are, but they told us they gave them the passports back, and they said, okay, now you can go through immigration, where you'll most definitely get a second check, and you have to answer these questions all over again. So just be prepared.
Oh, okay.
So they were actually kind of like the nice guys.
They were like the mock immigration officers, like the rehearsal guys.
We don't know if you know someone who works at immigration, or if you are one. This is the public episode. You can
let us know.
Let us know who the first people were.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm genuinely curious who they were. They did call from private number, which from my experience says it like means it's still immigration of sorts. I'm gonna try to make assumptions what these guys are. Yeah.
I think they're immigration officers in training.
Yeah.
Much like you'd have the intern lawyer, who like talks to the client first, gets an idea, then goes to the boss like, I asked them all the dumb questions. Only 3 of them were good, so ask these 3 again and get them from them. It's probably one of those like the triage station.
Yeah.
It's like kind of one of those things like, so tell me about yourself, right?
Or maybe do you think that their training was go stand in front of that plane that is coming from Qatar and see if you can sniff out the suspicious people?
Yeah, like little dogs. Yeah, you can have that.
Yeah,
I think it's also
or maybe the training is like, can you tell who's coming here for the first time?
So like people profilers.
Yeah.
Like that.
And if they pointed at my mom and my brother, knowing that they're here for the first time, spot on.
Wow. And then they passed the exam.
Yeah.
Then the part 2.
And maybe that guy was still like the friendly guy on the phone to me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was still like he's not jaded yet.
Yeah. Because I think so I believe it's probably this. It's like they've got the visual exam of can you spot just by looking.
Yeah.
Right? Then you've got the oral exam of like actually speaking to them.
Yeah.
Then you've got the blind oral exam of calling someone who you don't see, but you hear from their tone.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like a whole. I bet you anything. The first one is purely just for training.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And if you're a good candidate, they probably. You know what would be bad actually? If you're a good candidate, they'll probably train you for longer. They retain you longer and like, hey, let's go tell those guys to come on over and try the same question, right?
Yeah.
And then finally, after doing all the questions and maybe kind of seeing this, they write an assessment. I think these people like da.
Yeah.
Then they send it over to the actual examiners who really assess it, and then compare your report.
Yeah.
If you if they felt you spotted all the little tells. You know?
I mean, that would also, like, on a bit of a serious note, that would be all kinds of fucked up because my brother has a beard like mine and my mom is wearing a hijab.
Yeah.
So if those are the ones that went like, of course, these people, that's still too easy.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you anything is because also, like, the school year kind of started on maybe September and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's probably like the first, maybe they're just finally in the chapter about diversity and inclusion. And they're like, also, just let you know.
I know someone they can hire, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. I can totally talk about my life. So I bet you anything, this is probably probably like the initial first exercise.
Yeah.
The first who's suspicious thing. Now, obviously, they're going to go with the easiest looking, like, oh, this ticks all the boxes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe by March, when they've got more training, they'll be able to sniff out the really suspicious one. You know, the one who doesn't have a hijab but maybe has a twitch.
Yeah.
You know, one of those like, oh, I can see this tell, you know.
The one who's checking his watch a lot as soon as he gets off the plane.
Yeah. The one who's like walks by you and doesn't have body odor but has a tick 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 sound. Yeah. You know, you're like, something.
Or the one who is like too keen to not make eye contact with any staff on the airport.
Yeah. Or the really polite one who's like, hey, how are you? Hey,
or the other, exactly. The other extreme guy.
The guy's like, hey, you're immigration. I love your work, man. You know, these people, I feel safe with you.
I love immigration. I love immigrating places.
Exactly.
Places are good.
I know, right?
Other countries are great.
Exactly.
I love everybody. I accept
it's the best. Exactly. And you make me feel safe. You know, it's like, you know, your immigration, it says, I am MI. You know, with you, I'm not MI. I am safe. It's like, what?
Sir, step out of line.
This whole alibi.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, but why would you stop me? Like, look at that person there. That's suspicious. What's that tick 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 sound? And maybe I have an itch. You know, I don't know. Yeah.
So to recap very quickly, my mom and my brother land at Hong Kong 12th of January. That's her 60th birthday. And they're still leaving the tunnel after being questioned by unknown officers in uniforms for about 40 minutes. And they told them, give them the passport back, go to immigration where you will most definitely get second checked. Now, a little bit of background here. Every Egyptian citizen who is not a Hong Kong resident would get second checked. Something that at the system itself, and I'm saying this from my personal experience and everyone who I know, I think there might be very few exceptions of like maybe really old people or people who have come so often that they just stop checking them. But incidentally, around this holiday, my other friend, who is a very good friend of mine, lives in Singapore, married to a Singaporean woman, came to Hong Kong many times before, but haven't come since COVID started. He's also here in town as we speak. He also got second checked. It's something that happens to Egyptians, and I'm sure it's not a conspiracy. There's maybe some other nationalities. The immigration system just flags them. Now, I briefed my family about that. You'll get the but I didn't tell them about the first one because I never knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But they were kind of trained to how to handle the second check again. We're not doing anything illegal. We have all the right documents. They're staying at mine and all of that. So they go to immigration. And then I hear from my brother yeah, of course, they took away our passports. We're now entering second check, which if you are unlucky enough to have gone through this experience, that means you sit on a bench behind the immigration desk. So you're kind of out of the immigration area, but you don't have your passports anymore.
But then are you... so technically you're in Hong Kong jurisdiction, right? So if you're in the airport,
correct,
that's Hong Kong land-ish kind of thing. Is it?
Well, we'll get to that. So basically, because I also looked into my mom's situation as they were flying, trying to anticipate possibilities. I didn't find anything very clear on Hong Kong immigration website about what is the policy on the validity of the passport.
Yeah.
What I did find was advisory from both the UK and the US travel websites, like official government ones, both saying the same thing. In order for you to enter Hong Kong, you have to have a 1 month validity after your departure date. Departure out of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
My mom has about 36 hours, actually 18 hours after her arrival date. Her departure date is 31st of January.
Yeah.
It's well past her expiry date.
Man.
Not hers, her passport.
Yeah, the passport. Yeah. Oh, man.
So I'm like, that's based on that. I actually sent to my other brother and go, she's not going to make it. Like,
Dude.
US and the UK say,
this is not happening.
This is not going to happen. And we started looking into it. So apparently, my brother, who was a flight attendant before for Emirates, told me there is a term for people who are not allowed to enter certain country.
Yeah.
The term they know as staff because it's actually 100% airline's responsibility to take them back.
Yeah.
So for example, because it lands on the person who checked their documents in the first place in the departure country.
Yeah.
So that's the liability on the airline.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the staff the ground staff is from Qatar Airlines. So that means, let's say I need a visa to go to the US. And the staff on the ground staff did not check my visa, and now they fly me to the US and I get rejected. That's on the Qatar Airlines.
Yeah, it's their responsibility to make sure.
So they have to take me back. That's not the US responsibility or anyone else.
You brought someone.
Exactly, you brought someone. It's not our problem. So my older brother and I are now discussing what's gonna happen when my mom. It's inevitable.
She can't leave.
She can't leave.
Yeah.
Well, what happens? He says he actually told me that.
They can deport her, I suppose.
Well, that's not even deportation.
Yeah.
You never enter to get deported from a place. You
you
need
have to enter.
You have to enter.
She's entered now, right?
No.
Go on. Please
to
go
pass
on.
immigration,
Oh, man.
you're in limbo.
Okay, yeah.
You're not even in transit.
Yeah,
you're
correct.
just
Yeah,
in
you haven't
international fucking air.
Yeah, exactly. Got it. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the transit lounge where you're like, you're here, not there. Well, I don't know where you are. Yeah. Got it.
Right. And now we're even going farther than that. We're trying to think, what are we gonna do with the other brother? Because they share like luggage. So we're thinking, okay, maybe she will stay and get deported, quote unquote deported.
Yeah.
And then other brother, does he leave with her? He can't. You know why? Because the airlines is obliged to take her back.
But
they're not
him.
obligated to take him back.
Yeah.
Which means that we have maybe a window of 1 hour to try to change his flight to her flight.
Yeah, so you can join her back.
So you can join her. But that
How
flight...
how long is the flight from Egypt
It's
to
like,
Hong Kong?
it's well through Qatar, right?
Yeah,
From Qatar to here is like 6 hours.
Damn, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
But so apparently the way it works is that the plane, when you do a flight like this, the plane itself is kind of like a bus. So the staff,
hence Airbus.
exactly.
Hey!
So the staff, unless it's something called a turnaround, when it's like a small flight, it's like 3 hours. When even the cabin crew stay on the plane, clean it up or whatever, and turn around. But for a flight like this, it's not a turnaround, which means the staff of Qatar, the cabin crew,
they leave
go
as
into
well.
Hong Kong to stay the night. But the plane itself, the physical plane, actually goes back with different staff that were here from the night before.
Got it, yeah.
And that plane, so the same physical plane is gonna turn around, get new staff, and get new passengers with my arrested mom, and leave.
Okay.
Which means that plane is most definitely overbooked, maybe, or booked, and they're not gonna take another passenger.
Well, I mean, maybe it being overbooked and being obliged to take her on.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Even the business class is booked. And
Exactly.
like, you gotta put her in first class. No choice.
In first class with handcuffs on.
Yeah. That's pretty gangster. Like, she's like sitting over there with handcuffs. They're like, damn.
Also, like a very peaceful looking like woman in hijab.
Yeah.
Everyone being like, is she like a spy? Like, what is her deal?
I mean, is she pre Walter White? Like,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Actually, that's a fucking cool image,
right?
To be in first class and like
with the handcuffs.
With handcuffs, but also you don't look dangerous at all.
Yeah, and everyone in first class is going like, yeah, I'm not gonna fly Qatar first class anymore. Yeah, I mean, they hide in the shower the whole time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty.
So
badass.
we're going through all the crazy possibilities because we don't know what's gonna happen. So they go through immigration. I hear from my little brother going, yeah, we're gonna go through second check, and then this is actually what starts getting really funny because he starts describing the characters that are sitting next to him. He goes, it's so funny.
Yeah.
He goes, okay, so I definitely hear Mandarin. So there is a few Chinese people next to him from mainland.
Fair.
He goes, there's a couple of people who are from our plane because they saw them on the plane or whatever. He goes, they are from Africa. And I go, you're from Africa? He goes, they're from the real Africa. I'm like, got it.
Yeah, I understood. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so you have Chinese people, you have the browns, which is you guys, and then you have black people.
Yeah.
And then he goes, yeah. And I'm like, who else? And he goes, assorted browns.
Assorted browns.
He used the word in Arabic, but like that directly translates to assorted browns.
Yeah,
like,
miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous brown. I'm like, this is such a classic deportation lounge in literally every airport in the world.
Yeah, it's
the same mix.
Yeah, it's every stereotypical. You got the Asian guy. You got that.
You got the black. You got the browns.
Yeah.
And you get the Middle Eastern. And you get the hijabi women.
Yeah.
And I go, and again, it goes back to Sad. I go, is there one white person?
Yeah.
And he goes, nope.
Yeah, not happening, man.
Not happening.
I mean, like, I would even accept it if it was like a white person with like terrible English, I don't know, Polish or whatever, and like it's going whatever, right? I mean,
yeah.
But it never happens. Like,
at least throw one in just to
shatter,
look good.
yeah, just shatter the stereotype.
Yeah.
I think the Hong Kong Immigration Department needs a D&I talk. They need a diversity, inclusion, and equity talk.
I think Vivek is selling himself
at
so
Funny
hard.
Vivek. At Funny Vivek, except for YouTube, right?
Yeah.
don't get that guy. Fuck that guy. All right, go on. Yeah.
So they're sitting, and now I get the second call from immigration.
Wait, in that little waiting area, is it purely waiting area? Is there anything else that's happening?
So far, that's the waiting area. Because later they'll go into the room.
Oh, the separate room.
Yeah, the separate room.
Yeah, the private room. Got it, yeah.
So they're still in the waiting area. I think it's kind of like the shuttle bus when they're just collecting the passengers.
Yeah, put them all in there. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Obviously, no access to passport, but they have the Wi-Fi of the airport. So he's telling me the characters that he's joining.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, technically, even though you don't have your passport, you're past the physical kiosk of the immigration, which means you can actually kind of run outside when it gets really bad.
Yeah, but with no passport.
With no passport,
yeah.
I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay. That's exciting.
Yeah, exactly. Exciting.
Yeah.
So eventually they go offline again. And this time they go offline for a very long time.
Yeah.
But before they do, I get another call from private number.
Same guy?
No, different guy.
Different
guy, very not friendly.
Oh.
And he
Second
goes...
round, man. Second check.
Exactly. So he goes, hi, I'm so-and-so. Clearly, this is also what makes me confused about the first group of people. That guy thinks he's asking me these questions for the first time. I can tell.
Oh, so round number 2 guys.
Round number 2.
He's like, I'm going to stump this guy.
Yeah, but he thinks also this is the first time I'm knowing about this investigation.
Hey, you know what? I think the first round guys are probably one of these. You know, like how they have these organizations like St. James Settlement and stuff.
Yeah.
Where they have volunteers who go and volunteer and help out. You know, like they're probably like this crew that they're not immigration. They're like some immigration NGO.
Yeah.
And we're here for you guys. I'm gonna brief you on what they're gonna ask you, so you're ready.
But they made it so realistic that they actually
they
imitated.
They got funding for a little room. They got a little briefing, everything. They can even give you a call and all that stuff.
You know what? They might be.
What?
We talked about the show, the rehearsal.
Yeah.
Oh shit! They might be the rehearsal guys.
That's exactly I think that's probably it. They probably were inspired by that.
Nathan for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I bet you anything. Actually, did I bet you Hong Kong immigration actually hired Nathan?
Yeah.
As a consultant, Nathan was like, "What we're gonna do? We're gonna have them practice the actual interrogation. So when they come to you, they've got the answers." And Nathan will have this like case study where like the problem here is Hong Kong immigration is complaining that their interrogation is taking too long.
Yeah.
Because the people getting questioned don't have the answers yet.
Right.
How can we speed this process up? You know.
Yeah.
So Nathan's like, our thing is like we'll do the practice with them once and we give them answers. So it's no longer like, why are you here? We give them multiple choice. Are you a drug dealer? Are you this? Are you that? Are you that? They're like, go with the business guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that we can live with, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So second
this
round
is very
to
suspicious.
It's very suspicious.
All right, go on.
So he's asking me questions clearly in his head for the first time. Asking me pretty much the same order of questions even.
Nice.
It's like, are you expecting people?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
Blah, blah, blah. Did he have like a little smug tone? He's like, are you expecting people?
Yeah,
and you're like, I heard
I
that
think
one.
he, in his head, he thinks he's actually gonna catch me. I would be like, I'll be like, no, what people?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Which is like kind of standard police like in like questioning anyway.
Yeah.
They always kind of like ask you a question like hoping you'll just like
Mess up.
Mess up and be like, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
what
I'm like,
crime did your brother commit? Oh, at that time, that was he's like, I gotcha. Yeah.
So I'm standing at the airport. I'm kind of bored at this point. I'm like, yes, I'm here at the airport. They're there. They're coming here. They're saying, and I'm actually started already like answer the questions he hasn't asked yet.
Yeah.
Like, they're staying at my place. My address is this address. They're staying until the 31st of January. Blah 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 blah. And he goes, what does your brother do? I'm like, not this shit again.
Yeah.
So I actually had asked my brother in between.
So now you
to
get the real,
explain. I got a better answer because I'm too dumb to even understand, even when he told me what he does.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, some sort of compliance officer person. And he goes, okay, all right, I got it. And then he goes, oh, it's your mom's birthday. And that's when I thought we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, because you noted the dates. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. He's like, oh, it's your mom's birthday. Is she coming to celebrate with you? I'm like, oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, she is celebrating with me. Can you please let her out so she can celebrate with me?
Before she, loses the birthday.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's her 60s. You can tell. He goes, yeah. And then he pauses. And I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna ask about the expiry date.
He says, well, happy birthday. Yeah, that'd be so
awkward,
awkward,
then he starts like playing music in the background.
Give her my best.
Yeah. I mean, she's in front of him. She's not with me.
Be polite, sir. Tell her. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, please let her out. And I'm like, he pauses and I'm like, okay, he's about to ask about the expiry date. And then he goes, all right, we'll call you back. I'm like, God damn it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then he goes away. And then that's when the blackout period happened. Just gone for 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh man.
2 hours.
My God. And you'd be like
now,
at the airport, just like going like,
yeah. And I'm now like also like going on like frantic research, trying to see if that plane left back to Qatar, because from here it's gonna go to Qatar.
Yeah.
So I'm now looking for like the closest plane.
Next plane that's going
the
back.
Next plane to go. Next Qatar Airlines plane that's going to Qatar. And that plane had actually left. I'm like, okay, probably my mom is there. My brother's trying to figure out the suitcases and the whole thing. 2 hours, nothing. I'm talking to my other brother, whatever. And then eventually I hear back from my little brother. He goes, we're still here. They asked me every question I thought a human can ask another human.
Oh man.
And I go, how deep? He goes, pretty fucking deep.
Wow.
So when he started talking about his job, they actually asked him to his contract. And he goes, I'm on holiday. I don't have. They're like, well, here's Wi-Fi. Go find your contract. Talk to your boss.
Oh my God.
Dude, they did not believe for a second that these people are here for what they said they are.
Why would a 60-year-old woman with her, obviously very clearly her son, be here, but like, dude, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna like help Amazon infiltrate Hong Kong. I'm like, bitch, they already did. Like, what are we trying to do? Yeah. Wow.
This is actually where it gets tricky. It's like there is no these people. What do you think is happening? Like, whatever. Like if it's let's say just me and my brother. Maybe we're some sort of whatever you think we are. Sure, two young guys.
Yeah.
But like a 60-year-old woman.
Yeah, what's she gonna do?
What is she gonna do? And also go through their passports. My mom has been to like, okay, actually now thinking about it, doesn't look great because she's only been to like Saudi and Dubai. So, as I'm saying it, I'm like, all right.
They're looking at like, ma'am, why Asia?
Yeah,
exactly. Of all places, Hong Kong. Tell me,
But obviously they have me. Like that's a legitimate
that's
reason.
Why? Because like I have my blood over there.
Yeah.
Maybe,
So then they call me for the third time.
Oh man.
And then they go while they're there after 2 hours, and they go, do you have a business card? I'm like, no, because I work in like a cool startup that doesn't have business cards.
Yeah, like
I said I'll send my brother our website, and on the website there's actually my face in like a cartoon thing.
Can you take a moment? And this is like how I get so annoyed with the backwardness of a lot of like Hong Kong government. The business card and the company shop.
Yes.
Oh my God. Like this is the dumbest thing. My company shop is like one of the most standard shops you can find. Where it's just a round
circle
with my name and a star. And like that makes it legit. I'm like, dude, anyone could have made that.
You can actually, in front of the central exit D.
Yeah, it's right there.
You can literally ask the guy.
This is my name, make it now. Boom.
Yeah.
And I was like, how does this make it legit? Like,
you just give me an idea to just make a bunch of documents with you.
Yeah, just do it, dude. Just do it like, I am his manager. And if you want to deny. And then you show up, and they're like, you look different. You're like, aging. You know, whatever. All right.
Yeah, so now ask me for the third time, can you send your brother your business card? I'm like, I don't have a business card. I'll give you the company's website, and there's like a cool cartoon of me. It's the best you can get.
Yeah, you'll see,
And he goes, what do you do again? I'm like, for fuck's sake.
Oh my God.
So I try to explain like, branding and some sort of like cool like marketing basically and whatever. He goes, you make coffee machines. How good is the coffee? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah.
That's such a weird question to randomly ask you.
Yeah.
Are you here to like spy on us?
I think, he just got distracted by the coffee. Maybe he likes coffee.
I'm sure. He probably needed one anyway.
So I just tried to get him off the phone. I'm like, can you please just let him out? He goes, we'll see. And he tries to be serious. I think he ran out of questions and he had run out of reasons to keep them. Yeah. But he still wanted to seem serious. It's I can't promise you that.
We'll see.
Yeah. I have all the authority.
Yeah.
Respect my authority.
How's the coffee?
Yeah. Basically. And he goes, I'm like, okay. And then after that, my brother called me for the last time. He goes, so they give us our passport back. And we're just waiting for the suitcases, but the suitcases are gone.
Yeah, obviously.
Because it's like we gotta find them somewhere.
Like
some staff took them.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll take it away. Yeah,
that wasn't a big deal. They found them on the side or whatever.
All right.
And then they came out and they said hi and everything. And then the final part, I go, so what about the expired passport?
Yeah.
Did anyone ask about it? They go, no.
That's so weird.
That has been now, just to recap, they have spent about 4 hours, including in the 4 hours, the immigration officers took the passport, put it under whatever the blue UV light. I think it's UV light. To make sure the passport is real. Clearly, mostly stayed on the information page because that's the most important page. No one, the passport expiry date, which was the next day of the 12th of January, that was not even brought up once. Now, I understand this is a public episode. I understand this might somehow get me in trouble, but I need you to understand that we did not know. We still don't know if this is even illegal or not.
I'm guessing it's legal from a strategic, like basically like of a technical point of view. It's not expired.
It's not expired.
But I think that
we're just confused.
Because I think they ask you to have 1 month or 6 months or whatever just to avoid this issue because it's going to be expired in 2 days and then you're screwed.
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid that screwish problem.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So right now we're recording in whatever 17, 18 or whatever it is now, and she is still on an expired passport. Wow. If you think I'm admitting to someone doing something illegal, we don't know that. So relax. What we did check, however, is that I called the Egyptian consulate.
Yeah. Did you get the same guy?
Yes. Yeah, my same guy who I dealt with before. He was friendly enough. And he goes, oh yeah, we can give her a document. And I go, is that a passport? He goes, no, it's a temporary document to only go to Egypt. Yeah. So they can let her out of here.
Because I think with UK as well, they have that emergency passport thing that basically you have it and they can send it straight back to UK only.
Right. Yeah. So he goes, that's what she can do.
Did you ask if flights are included?
Yeah, but like the obviously the craziest part about it is that date never came up with like how many people, including like a bunch of Hong Kong immigration officers who looked at the passport, asked all questions possible, except for the most obvious thing. I
think that.
I mean, even if it is legal, I'm just thinking, even if it is, which I assume it is,
they'd be like, "Do you know?"
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
They didn't even go, "Do you know?"
Yeah. FYI.
So full disclosure, I kind of briefed you on like what the story is before we recorded, and your mom said the most intelligent thing about this whole story.
Yeah.
I think she immediately caught it. She goes, "You know why?" And we go, "Why?" She goes, "Because it's the beginning of 2023. The officers are not used to seeing 2023 as a current year."
Yeah, the thing is next year.
They looked at she's like, "I bet you anything that they saw 2023 and everyone thought the same thing. 2023 is next year."
Yeah.
And if that date was 2022, they would have been like, this is the same year.
Yeah.
But you're still obviously in that new year mentality. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, that probably makes the most sense. However, I probably agree with that. However, how amazing that about maybe 10 people across 3 different countries
thought the same thing.
Thought this. All of them looked at 2023 and be like, that's next year.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly, none of them partied. None of them got the new year. Everyone's in denial.
Yeah.
Wow,
everyone is in denial. Especially everyone in Egypt is actually in denial.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
My mom and my brother are not in denial.
They're in denial of a lot more than just what year it is. You have that one. All right, man. So I'm trying my best efforts to try to come up with any sort of excuse, because I'm imagining myself as like the head of immigration.
Yeah.
And like someone like at some point says, "Hey, did you know that your staff did this?" They're like, "Oh, it's because we have this protocol. We have a grace period to allow all that kind of excuse." So the 2023 and thing is the next year thing. I think is like the ideal.
That's the most plausible.
Most plausible because that makes sense. That's like, hey, I actually could.
I was also like so freaked at like when they're flying in. I had time at the airport, like, anticipating scenarios. One of the scenarios I thought of is to call immigration and just like as a random person and ask, and I'm like, oh, that might actually spook them out.
Then they're like,
gonna check every passenger coming in. Yeah. They're like, who's coming in like expiring immigration?
Exactly.
So I didn't even do that.
But even if you call immigration, what do you go like, hi, so I have 2 things to report. I have a suspicious feeling. I had a tarot reading yesterday, and they told me my card was the card of ribbons. whatever that was. Right? I know nothing about tarot.
Yeah.
Right? And my tarot card reader told me that the ribbon signifies that a number is going to come in full circle and gonna strangle you.
Right.
So therefore, I'm calling it to make a suspicion that someone has a passport that's going to expire next month.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
And what is that? What happens with that?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we don't care. Oh, okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Throw away my SIM card.
Exactly. Yeah. Burner phone. It's like the best thing is usually burner phones are always the flip phones.
Yeah.
And someone got like a new Samsung.
Very romantic.
Flip. Yeah, but then someone got like a new Samsung flip.
Yeah, it's like very,
I didn't realize.
expensive.
Like broke it up. Like, dude, no, you idiot. That's not the burner phone. That's a Samsung flip. You fucking idiot.
Yeah. Okay. So what is your theory? Do you agree with your mom?
My theory, I think that's a very plausible reason.
Yeah.
My theory is that this was one of those issues that they never imagined someone would come into a country with this situation.
Right.
It was never in the textbook, never ever discussed in immigration school, never in the exam, to the point that they were never even instructed to ever be suspicious of someone even getting in here with a very close expiration date.
Right.
So therefore, their brains only went from A to Z checklist and never thought outside the box.
Right.
That's my thing, right? The option number 2 is everyone saw it, but it was Emperor's new clothes.
That's it.
Right?
That's actually.
No one wanted to point it out.
Yes, that's actually that. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That is actually, I think, is what happened.
Yeah.
I think everyone saw it, but because it never happened before,
They
no one
thought
expected someone
yeah.
would do that. Something
Yeah.
like that. It's not exactly on the books.
Yeah.
To like be like, in this case, do this and that. They're like, well, it's not illegal as far as I know.
But what I'm saying is, I'm saying like, okay, let's say you and me are colleagues, right?
Yeah.
And you check the passport, I check the passport.
Yeah.
Now I see the dates wrong, but you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, maybe I'm the idiot who thinks this is a problem.
Right.
I
Yeah.
better shut my mouth.
Yeah.
And it's the Emperor's new clothes. We're like, we all kind of thought we
Yeah.
were the dumb one.
Yes.
Thinking like, oh, maybe it is okay. I guess it's
yes,
okay.
yes,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think everyone saw it and they're like, I think this is not okay.
Yeah, no
but
one else is saying
I don't
it.
know
No
what
one's
is saying
raising
it.
their hand,
And I
so-
can't be the smartest one here
Yeah,
to
right.
like point
Yeah.
it out.
I'm not the superior.
And then probably if I say something, everyone's like, "Yeah, of course we saw that. You're
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
Like, why are you trying to question that didn't do our job?
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
becomes one of these
Yeah,
like
one of the things, yeah.
really weird situations.
Yeah.
And that started all the way from Egypt through Qatar to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
With no
It's the same peer pressure.
It's the same peer pressure.
Clearly, everyone is still in the college mentality.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be the one to say it. Are you
Yeah.
mad? I'm not going to kill myself to say that. I don't care.
and,
It's not my problem.
On the other hand, if she did come in with like, it is expired, there is no way they'll let it through, obviously. But also, someone would be like, would be happy to catch something wrong, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, if she comes here and it's already expired from like last year, and then somehow they missed the date, I'd be like, hey, look at me, I caught the illegal, blah, blah, blah. Let's report Qatar and everyone else. They'll be like that happy guys, like,
I'm the one
I did
who
my
got it.
job.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But no one wanted to be that guy because they're not sure.
Yeah. And I bet you they probably think like, number one, like, exactly, they saw it, but no one else said it.
Yes.
So just like, I think like there was this thing in the UK, it's like see it, say it, and then sorted.
Right.
So they have that slogan, right? Basically, when you see something suspicious, say something about it so it gets sorted, right?
Sure.
Everyone saw it. Nobody said it. It never got sorted. You know what I mean? And that's bad. And it came all the way down because like everyone thought they were not the head, they were not the superior, they were not the manager. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna say shit. My manager didn't say anything. And no one wants to lose face.
Right.
No one wants anyone else to lose face.
Yeah.
They probably just went to one of these seminars where it's like all about the team building thing.
Right.
They're like, everyone over here is like your brothers.
Yeah.
You know, including her. Right? One of those things, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we go down as a team. Man.
Yeah.
They probably watched World Cup.
Yeah.
Got one of the books from Argentina talking about the team, how they like went all in together, whatever happens.
Yeah.
And they saw that, thought they were gonna go down with this all together. No one said something, I won't say nothing, I'm not gonna betray the team.
Right.
And that kind of thing. But yeah, I think we're on this.
Yeah.
I think I would go with the Emperor's New Clothes thing.
Right.
I really feel it's that everybody saw it, but they're like, oh, no,
Yeah,
I don't want
no,
to do the paperwork,
yeah,
man. Fuck
yeah.
this, you know. Let someone else say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do write in with your theory of what do you think happened, or actually even better, if you actually know, if you connect to someone at immigration, or like you know what the rule is in Hong Kong, don't make it up, or you know what, do make it up.
Yeah.
Send us your wild theories.
Exactly.
And also the real answer if you know, but send us your wild theories. What do you think has happened? My mom's, and let's close on this. My mom's genuinely believes that because she's a pretty religious woman, and especially like, you know, religious people in general, when you fly or whatever, they always tell prayers for safe landing and everything, which is very nice, and I do believe that actually works. But like she's like her prayers the whole time. She's very convinced that like the prayers just like no one saw the date. What it is her theory. She goes, no one even saw it because my prayers were answered.
You know what? Maybe for all you know, that there was some sort of magic that when they opened the passport, the dates kind of switched around. Went from 2023 to 2028. Maybe that happened.
And you know what? I'm not gonna make fun of it because I think that's
it worked.
Given that how many people thoroughly inspected the passport, that might be the answer we have.
That might be it, man. We'll see.
So God bless you all. You'll hear more family shenanigans in Hong Kong over the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned, my friends.